First up, Vishnu Prasad is the new Gecom CEO. Opposition commissioners distanced themselves from the process. It did not come as a surprise to many when the Guyana Elections Commission announced Vishnu Prasad to be its next CEO. Prasad was the government's nominee for the post, and he got the vote of the chairman of the Guyana Elections Commission, retired Justice Claudette Singh, who had the casting vote. Moments after the decision was made, Gecom issued a statement to the press on the matter. It was noted that it was decided that Mr. Prasad was the superior candidate of the two persons interviewed and was selected to be the Chief Elections Officer, Commissioner of Registration. According to the release, chairperson of the Guyana Elections Commission, Justice Claudette Singh, in justifying the reason for endorsing the successful applicant, posited that having heard the commissioners and haven't read the endorsement of the former chairman, Dr. Steve Bali, she is of the view that Mr. Prasad has acquired institutional knowledge, having been employed with Gecom for 17 years. During his tenure at the commission, Prasad held the post of Public Relations Officer, Deputy Chief Elections Officer for 3 years, and acted as Chief Elections Officer on several occasions. Further, Justice Singh posited that Mr. Prasad is knowledgeable not only with the understanding and management of the work of the CEO's office and operational functions of the Secretariat, but also with the geography of Guyana's 10 administrative regions. Owing to the reasons highlighted, Justice Singh noted that she has no hesitation in endorsing Mr. Prasad's appointment since he has the necessary skills, experience, and expertise that makes him eminently qualified to handle the job. By late this afternoon, opposition-nominated commissioners distanced themselves from the decision and noted that the system was flawed. Commissioner Vincent Alexander.
Gecom has again defied good judgment and good governance in its decision-making process and has reneged on the opportunity to embrace a transparent process that could be embraced by fair-minded persons and a large portion of the Guyanese society. We as commissioners who recognize Gecom's dilemma proposed the involvement of professional human resource practitioners in the process. We therefore distance ourselves from the decision.
He added that Leslie Harrow was the most qualified of the two candidates.
Insofar as persons whose preferences were made public prior to the shortlisting and the interviews are the said persons who participated in the interviewing process and for all intents and purposes merely cast a vote. In that circumstance, the chairperson who presided over the meeting in which commissioners made their pleadings read a predetermined ruling. In other words, even as the pleadings were being presented, the chairperson had already scripted her decision. That only made the process more of a travesty, since the pleadings would not have been taken into consideration in the determination of her decision. That apart, on announcing the decision, no reference was made to the disparity in qualifications. Mr. Harrow's qualifications, taken as a whole, are by far superior in standard to that of Mr. Prasad.
Meanwhile, Gecom said Vishnu Prasad is expected to assume office in the new week once all contractual and procedural matters are finalized and he is officially appointed and takes the oath of office.